I recorded a full tutorial using the wrong pattern. Yeah. Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolina and today I want to show you a tutorial for a very special project. And before the tutorial, I would like to just talk to you a little bit on how important this pattern is and what went into it. So for many years, I've been a women's wear pattern designer and I studied fashion design, but I've never done menswear. And the reason why this pattern is so important and I took so much time to make it is because with the menswear, once you have base and the base of the menswear is a shirt, then you can do everything else. So doing that staple piece was very crucial for me to nail down a shirt. I think I did 4 final samples. And yeah, it's been a long process, but I'm happy that this pattern is here. When I went to the fabric store last year, I saw a fabric on a shelf and I thought, how great would it have been to make my boyfriend a shirt for the summer. We worked together on that project and we built this pattern together in a way that he really helped me with nailing the fitting, and I'm really happy how it turns out. This one is so special because this one took so long. This is just me being me. I recorded a full tutorial using the wrong pattern. Yeah, I had so many versions of that pattern that I just confused, and I thought I was having I thought the one that I'm cutting out is the final one, and nope, it was not. I hope your boyfriends or your husbands are gonna enjoy this pattern too. I hope you're gonna enjoy this tutorial, and yeah, cannot wait to hear your feedback, especially from your boyfriends. To start, we need to cut out the pattern pieces from your desired fabric. Also, a little tip, from the leftover fabric from this project, you can make yourself a scrunchie to match your boyfriend. Okay, now first thing that you want to do is interface all of your pattern pieces. I cut them out before, so now I'm just going to press them down using an iron. And remember not to use any water or any steam, just the heat. And of course, I don't know if I have to mention it, but this sewing pattern is available on my Etsy store and on my website, and I'll leave link in the description. Interface all pattern pieces at once to save time. Make sure to fold the iron firmly in place for a few seconds to allow the glue to melt properly. While pressing the front panel, you can pre-fold and press the built-in shirt placket. Simply fold it first by 1 cm and then again by 2.5 cm. Place the 2 color panels right side together and sew along the outer edge, leaving the neck edge open. Check your pattern piece for direction and labels to avoid any confusion. Sew the panels together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Then trim the seam allowance, but be careful not to cut through the stitch line.
Turn the collar right side out and use scissors to gently push out the corners. Attach the collar to the collar band starting from the center back, align the notches, and pin the layers together. Sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Then place the other collar band panel on top, sandwiching the collar in between, and top stitch along the previous stitch line. Just like before, stitch slightly beyond the previous stitch line to hide it completely. Trim the seam allowance again, but be careful not to cut the stitch line. And that's your collar done. Press it with an iron for a clean finish.
And also because we're working on the shirt for a man, I'm gonna use a pins with butterflies because why not? The placket on the shirt is built in, which makes it easy and convenient. Fold the edge once by 1 centimeter and then again by 2.5. Pin the folded edges and top stitch as close to the fold as possible. And then repeat the same steps on the other front panel.
Moving on to the back panel, pin the back panel and back yoke right side together. Apologies for the blurry video, I hope you can still follow along. Start pinning from the armhole towards the center back. Once you reach the middle, create a box pleat from the excess fabric. This adds volume for more comfortable movement. Your boyfriends are gonna thank you later.
It's over in a flash and you're on your way. Somebody near. It's open for tonight, it's not too late. My mind says yes, you've been here for quite some time. But my heart tells me you should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere we go is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all the way. 'Cause my heart screams, let me carry you home.
As we did with the collar, sandwich the back panel between the two yoke pieces, place the second back yoke panel on top, and sew along the previous stitch line.
When all I really want is to make you stay. My mind says yes, you've been here for quite some time. But my heart tells me you should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere we go is where I long to roam. Night or
Trim the extra seam allowance and press the seams.
'cause my heart screams, let me carry you home.
If you have your own label, this is the perfect time to sew it onto the back yoke.
We are dreams, we are candles, we are lights, we are believers, we are safe with each other, with each other. But are we at the end? Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere we go.
Next, join the front and back pieces together. Place the front panel with the right side facing up and pin it to the back yoke at the shoulder seams. Sew with 1 cm seam allowance. Press the seams open and press the back yoke well to ensure everything lies flat. This is very important to make sure the panels are even. Once pressed, fold the outer back yoke panel under by 1 cm and top stitch. This is beginner-friendly method, keeps everything neat. If you're advanced or intermediate sewer, you can bag out the yoke seam for a cleaner, invisible finish. Choose whichever version you prefer. I'm going to stitch mine to hide the seams. If this step seems a little bit too tricky, you go with the first version. I'll demonstrate it again on the other side for clarity. At this point, those two yoke flaps really remind me of bunny ears. One of the most satisfying parts is turning the shoulder seam right side out. The seam is completely hidden inside and it looks so nice. Now it's time to attach the collar to the shirt. Lay the shirt with the right side facing up and open the front panels. Place the collar at the back neckline, aligning the notches. At this stage, it doesn't really matter which collar side faces outwards since both of them are the same. Continue pinning the collar around the neckline and sew it with 1 cm seam allowance. Press the neckline seam open. Fold the remaining collar band under by 1 cm and pin it over the stitch line. If the corners are bulky, you can trim a bit of seam allowance. Just be careful not to remove too much or it will be hard to tuck it in. Before we top stitch the collar, I'm going to attach the sleeves to speed things up. Identify which sleeve side is in the front, either refer to the pattern or fold the sleeve in half. The more curved side is the front. Lay the shirt flat with the right side facing you. Start pinning the sleeve from one end to the other. So with 1 cm seam allowance. I'm sewing the sleeves first to remove the pins, then I'll carefully top stitch the collar. I prefer to start top stitching the collar band slightly away from the edge. The collar is a bit bulky and heavy for my sewing machine, so starting a little bit further is just easier. I'll top stitch along the neckline and finish off with a continuous stitch that blends into the start.
Welcome back. I didn't manage to finish the shirt last night, so I'm gonna finish it today. But I just want to mention, I decided to take off the darts at the back. Just because this fabric is textured, when I put the darts, it looked, I don't know, it just looked wrong. So yeah, I just took off the darts from the back. I think it looks already so much better. And then for the front, I have to add the buttons, finish the bottom, and also sew the sides and finish the sleeves. So there's a lot of things actually left, and I only have 2 hours to do it because this is the shirt that I want my boyfriend to wear for dinner that we're going to. And yeah, I have only 2 hours to finish it. Also, on a completely side note, yesterday I was supposed to finish the shirt, but I made myself a dress. Priorities. Made a sunny dress from the pattern that already exists, and I think it looks so nice. It's in a double gauze fabric. I'm gonna post pictures somewhere up here so you can see the full size. It's beautiful.
Overlock all the raw edges, side seams, hem, and any exposed fabric edges. Now, if you were wondering about the darts, I didn't show them earlier in the video to keep things simple and avoid confusions. Next, sew the side seams. Turn the shirt inside out and sew the side seam together. Starting from the bottom hem, pin 12 centimeters up from the edge for the side slits. You can make the slits longer if you want, but 12 centimeter is a good minimum. Sew the side seams, stopping at the mark where the slits begin.
Welcome, this is your life now, the wasteland where we all take a vow.
Fold the split seam allowance in by 1 centimeter, pin them and top stitch.
Two heads where there usually is one. Unsung. With you, I know we'll find a way through the fallout cold.
Add a back tack stitch at the top of the split to prevent fraying or tearing. For the sleeve hem, since the edge is overlocked, you can just fold them up by 2.5 centimeter and top stitch. For neater finish, I chose to fold the overlocked edge under so it's not visible. And then of course repeat the same steps on the other sleeve. This style looks great with the sleeves worn down or rolled up. It's really up to you, or should I say up to your boyfriend. To finish the hem, fold it up by 2.5 centimeter. When you reach the side splits, double check that the front and back panels are the same length before sewing. Press all the seams and give the color a final press. Remember how I said at the start of the video that I used the wrong pattern? Well, here I am amputating the buttons. I didn't add any extra and I really liked how these looked. Use the pattern piece to mark the button placement. Select the buttonhole stitch on your machine and switch to the buttonhole foot. So vertical buttonholes along the torso and one horizontal buttonhole at the neck.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the edge.
Trim any excess threads and carefully open the buttonholes with a seam ripper.
Girl, you did it again.
Of course, be careful not to cut through the stitches and double check that the holes are big enough for your buttons. To place the buttons, you can use your pattern piece again, or just lay one placket over the other one and mark the position with pins. Just a quick reminder, men's shirts have the buttons on the right side and buttonholes on the left. For a women's shirt, it's the opposite.
Ever be enough, ever be enough. If only I could build a tower, pierce right through the clouds, saxophones at every hour. Who hasn't heard of me now?
My boyfriend also gave me an advice that one of the most annoying things in a collar is that it won't just stay and it lays down flat like in the 70s. And if that's the look that you go for, then just leave it like this, but I'm just gonna add a quick stitch at the corners to hold them in peace.
Even when it gets loud. When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough?
You can skip this step, but I highly recommend adding it. It really adds a nice structure to the color. And that's it. That's your Olivier shirt. I hope you liked this tutorial and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me. And I cannot wait to hear in the comments how the shirt turned out and the comments from your boyfriends or your husbands. I'm really looking forward to reading all the feedback.